Hello world, friends, family. Today we're going to do something a little different because today is a special day around the Lockroo's household. Our son, Zack, turns 13 years old today. And I was thinking what I could do to do something a little special for him today as far as, because I was going to make an episode anyway. So first I was going to do something all Beatles because that's his favorite band. But then I thought, he's a record collector in his own right. So I just went in and I picked a bunch of his albums. This isn't all of his albums. And I'm going to show you some of them, just to show you how cool he is. Let's see how far the apple falls from the tree as far as music goes. You might like his taste better than mine. So let's see. This might be his first album, Sgt. Pepper's. I gifted this to him maybe when he was 5. He loves the Beatles. When he was a little baby, I was babysitting him. Maybe when he was 3 or 4 days old, and I could not get him to stop crying. So I put a DVD of the Yellow Submarine into the computer, put him on my knee, and we watched the whole thing. He stopped crying. The music calmed him down, and all the pretty colors and swirls just really calmed him as well. And he loved that movie. To this day, he still loves that movie. Now here is his favorite Beatles album, Abbey Road, which happens to be mine. A couple of weeks ago, we did the vinyl tag video, and I put this as my most listened to album. One of the reasons why is because I listened to this a lot with Zack. Now this is not his, this is my album, but I just want to show you how cool the kid is. Yes, he likes Frank Zappa. And this is his favorite Frank Zappa album. Favorite song on here is Let's Turn the Water, or Let's Make the Water Turn Black. He's in the Boy Scouts, and his mom gave me a task because he was trying to earn a merit badge on music, and the task was teach him about folk music. And I guess she thought this was going to be a 5-minute project. Well, 3 hours later, we still weren't done, and she came in and got on to us. And we were in the middle. We said, Mom, we're in the middle of a 20-minute long folk song. We're not done yet. And this was it, Alice's Restaurant. He digs this, man. We listen to it all the time, especially on Thanksgiving, in the car, Arlo Guthrie, the song, Alice's Restaurant, and this is his. This was a gift from our Aunt Marilyn. A couple years ago, we took a trip through Texas, just to visit a bunch of caves and caverns, because we do have a lot of natural caverns here. And I thought, well, what would be good? What's a rite of passage for a young man about 9 years old? Johnny Horton. So we listened to Johnny Horton and Johnny Cash all the way through, and the whole family loved it. I do have some Johnny Cash in here. Should I skip to him? Yes. And that led to, we listened to Johnny Cash on that trip too, and that led to getting these 2 albums. San Quentin and Folsom Prison. Loves both. Not a bad collection so far, huh, folks? We went on a hunt. There was a record store that we used to go to that if you bought $21, 120 records that cost $1 in their dollar bin, you got a free t-shirt. So this is my way of getting him into the whole digging lifestyle. Hey man, let's go get a free t-shirt. And a lot of these are dollar albums, and this is one of them. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Or is it? No, I think this came from a friend of mine named Eric Clark. If you're watching, Eric, sorry. He loves this, so I gave it to him. Told that story about the digging of the $1 crate for the free shirt, and this came from that dig. The Beach Boys. Loves the Beach Boys. Digs the Monkees. More Monkees. And I listen to these too. We get together, we have a great time. It's hard to beat the Monkees. Those nice late '60s albums. I mean, you can read so much into them. There's some innocence, there's some debauchery, but nevertheless, they're fun albums. We're Doctor Who fanatics. Any other Doctor Who fanatics out there? So he owns this really cool one from the mid-70s. I think it's 1978. 1979. This is an original Genesis of the Daleks. There was a record store day version going around a couple of years ago, maybe a year or two ago. They had the blue vinyl on it. It was like a repress of this. This is not that. This is the 1979. And it's basically they just took the audio of the episode, threw it on vinyl, kind of edited it, out some bits. And it's okay. I mean, it sounds good. It's fun to have. I mean, come on, Doctor Who. From the 70s? That's good. Really cool to have. Now let's go to the Star Trek stuff. Some of these have got little comic books inside. This one doesn't. But this is, 4 exciting all-new action-adventure stories. Straight from the 70s. I would have loved this when I was a kid. I'm sure I had something equally as cool. I'm not complaining. I just don't know what it was. But here is, you got the record. And a little comic book, which you can read along with it. Very nice shape. And another one. I don't know, man. There's something. I got these for him, and he does listen to them and loves them. But there's just something about the 70s and Star Trek. I know Star Trek was shot in the 60s, but there's just. It just went along better in the 70s for some reason, A Sunday afternoon, 3 or 4 o'clock, they would have a double episode of Star Trek, right before dinner. Come on. And then the artwork is fantastic as well. It's a little sparse, but that's the beauty of it. I mean, that's just the way it was in the 70s. They didn't have to fill in every single gap. Yes, he likes Queen. Loves Queen. And when I played this for him for the first time, he had been into Queen for quite a while. He didn't know who this was, but he loved it. He just, play it again. And when I told him who it was, he was amazed, actually. So this was a gift. What do we have in here? Anything cool? Oh, there's a little, there's a picture of the, is that Emperor Ming here? The bad guy. So. And this plays beautifully. It comes from the dollar bin. So today we got the free t-shirt from the record store. It's a little waterlogged, but it is Queen at Night at the Opera. And I put this through the spin clean. And it was pretty bad, but you know what? It plays good. So, might not be much to look at. Not bad though. The kid likes to dance too. Put on the Bee Gees for him. Holy moly. He also likes Michael Jackson, but we don't have any Michael Jackson albums. I'm not sure why. It's probably only a matter of time before we find one for $2, $3 and he picks it up. But, so yes, we listen to this quite a bit. We have a record player in our kitchen. So a lot of his albums get listened to on that record player. Another storybook album, Black Hole, Disney. I think this is 79 or 80. And does it come with a... I'm trying to think if it comes with a little... Yeah, it does. There's a little... Not really a comic book, but like a fold-out... some pictures and stuff of the movie. And then we watched the movie. I got this for him, and we watched the movie, and the movie was okay, but I can see why it's not one of Disney's classics. It came out when I was 10 years old, and we never went and seen it, and I don't think I was missing much, to be honest with you. He picked this one up just because he has to have everything James Bond. He's seen all the movies, loves them all. He's a cool kid, man. That's my boy, Zack. Let's see, another storybook album. The First Man in the Moon, and it's got a giant ant. One thing, I'm sure I've mentioned this, is we are big horror freaks around here. We like movies from the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the horror genre, science fiction, and we watch as much as we possibly can. We like the good stuff. We like the grade A stuff, like The Day the Earth Stood Still. That's one, that's a grade A picture. But then we like the really bad movies as well. And I can't even think of any of the names. We've seen so many bad ones that are just, the props are made with, chicken wire and a hanger, and, it's a bat. I don't know. I can't explain it. And we love those too. So, this is not surprising that he would have, something like this in his collection. Just something fun. Star Wars. This is my version. I got this when I was 8 years old. So yes, folks, I still do have records that I collected when I was in the single digits of my life. Not many. A lot of them have been lost over the years. The age of CDs came in and the records kind of went out. But this one somehow survived. And it's his now. He loves the Cantina song. Oh, one more. Wings at the Speed of Sound. So I would venture to say, if I had to guess, I would say McCartney's probably his favorite Beatle. And he's just starting. I mean, there's a whole box over here of albums, comedy albums and Christmas albums, stuff that he has. And if his collection takes off, I mean, if his interest grows, he will have, by the time he's my age, he will have a hell of a collection. And you can see the roots right there, of where it might go, or it could possibly go and take off. So, anyway, it was a little bit different show, but nonetheless, it was still really good quality stuff. And you guys are probably thinking, give the kid his own show. His stuff is better than what you show. Okay? I admit, he's got a good taste in music. Anyway, Zach, I love you. Happy birthday. To everybody else, we'll see you on the flip side. Keep spinning. Have a great week.